Hi friends, so welcome back. So now we're in the video and module talking about how to create more energy living in this modern world. Now for me, a lot of these topics are tied together, right? Creating more peace and more energy and clarity are all very much tied together. For instance, if you are taking care of your nutritional needs, that's going to be different for everybody. Not only will that help to improve your energy, but that can help to create more peace in your body and clarity in your mind, for instance. So for me, I have to eat really, really cleanly, and it really, really helps me with all three: peace, energy, and clarity, mental health, all of it. So there are many, many ways that you can improve your energy. And energy can also be not only physical energy, but it can be mental energy, emotional energy, and even kind of energetics, right? Like the energy of the environment, the energy of people around you, and who you allow into your life. This is one of my favorite topics. It's a topic that I specialize in, and my book, The Memory of Health, takes a deep dive into how to improve your energy, even if you have chronic fatigue for any reason. It's full of research on what causes chronic fatigue and what may help energy. So for the purpose of this course and this video, I'm going to try to keep it, again, very simple and focused for you. I am including a bonus video in this course from my other course called Executive Energy, where I talk about some of my top tips that can help improve energy in terms of work and kind of creating that productivity and all of that good stuff. So you will see that bonus here in this course. But today, and for this video, let's talk about how to improve energy in a more kind of general way. And again, I was mentioning nutrition. That is one of the foundations that can really help energy. Also, really good sleep and deep sleep can really help to improve your energy. Managing your stress during the day can really help to improve energy and also help you sleep deeper at night. And also creating really good connections. So let's talk about nutrition first. And again, I want to keep this really simple. You will see more in the notes here in this course. And of course, feel free to talk about this in our group for this course and in the My Daily Well app. But nutrition is really important. It is a foundation. And there are a couple things I want to say about nutrition. It's really important to not only fortify your body, and again, it's going to be a little different for everyone in terms of what foods work for you, and you do have to experiment with it sometimes, but it's also really important to avoid irritants that could be impacting your energy, even in terms of creating inflammation in your body. Inflammation is tied to fatigue. So for instance, on both fronts, foods that really work for me and give me energy are like green superfoods, for instance, like spirulina, chlorella. Of course, you want to have a really balanced diet, but it can be important to kind of experiment and see like what foods really make you feel good, and when you have energy, right? And not like that jacked up energy that can come from stimulants. Now, I do use a little bit of stimulation, but I try to really emphasize supporting my body with nutrition first. And then it's important to watch stimulants because they can also make you use your energy at a faster rate. In terms of irritants, a good example for me would be alcohol. My body is very sensitive to alcohol. It can't process it. So for my body, that would be considered an irritant, and it most definitely contributes to fatigue in me, even for a couple of weeks if I've consumed it. So, and again, caffeine is another really good example. Again, I can handle a very, very small amount of caffeine, but it also depends on the way it's delivered and the amount and the dose. So there's a saying where kind of the doses or the dose and delivery can make a difference in terms of whether it's usually this is related to medication or something that you're using therapeutically, but the dose makes the difference, right? So think about that in terms of anything that you're ingesting. And of course, if you're working with a practitioner, it's also really important, even when you're working with someone, to really listen to your body. Is your body accepting this nutrition or supplement or whatever it is? Or are you noticing some fatigue? Sometimes we have to slow down and really tune in to what our body is saying to us. And you're going to see here in some of the bonuses that I've added on mindfulness that one of the practical ways to use mindfulness as a wellness tool is to really, really slow down and listen to what your body is saying to you. And there's actually a term for it, in addition to mindfulness, interoception, where your body is sending you signals, your organs are sending you signals about kind of how your nervous system is feeling. And so much of this can be also tied to what you're ingesting, right? So just be aware that what you're ingesting could positively impact your energy or negatively impact it. So now along those lines, when it comes to sleep, that's the other thing that I mentioned. Let's talk about sleep and stress management and nutrition, right? Because they all kind of work together. If you want to get good sleep, nutrition is really going to help. Making sure that you're getting those foods that have, let's say, for instance, minerals in them, like magnesium, like your leafy greens, for instance. Again, if you're eating a really well-balanced diet that is rich in nutritional value, that can help you sleep deeper. But sleep is so important for so many reasons. It's that deep sleep that we all need that really makes a difference in terms of, that's where your energy also really comes from, is that deep sleep. And also in deep sleep, your brain is literally cleaning itself. Your memories are getting consolidated. So there are a lot of reasons to really aim to get good sleep. And I know it can be two different things, right? To aim for good sleep and to not necessarily get good sleep. Think about it this way. When it comes to energy in general, think holistically. Think about everything that you're doing in your life, whether it's what you're eating, how you're managing your stress during the day. And again, even in terms of what's called sleep hygiene, are you setting yourself up for success to sleep well? Are you dimming the lights at night? Are you doing your best to stay off tech or keeping those lights lower on your tech? It is recommended to try to stay off tech at least an hour before you go to sleep. You want to avoid the blue light that's coming from your screen. That can make a difference. I've also found, though, that managing stress during the day makes a big difference, and eating well makes a big difference. And also, when you move throughout the day and exercise in whatever way that you can create sleep pressure, and it can help you sleep deeper at night. And again, make sure your room is dark. You don't even want to be able to see your arm in front of you. I know it looked like my arm just kind of disappeared there, didn't it? But you don't want to be able to see your arm in front of you. You want your room to be that dark, because even a little bit of light can kind of interfere with melatonin production, and it's melatonin that can really help you sleep deeper. And keep your room on the cooler side. You've probably read a lot of this already, but again, so many people are having trouble sleeping that it's worth, if you're still having trouble, maybe allow yourself to take a deeper look at what might be interfering with your sleep. And sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves in a gentle way, right? About what we're consuming in terms of nutrition, and are we really setting ourselves up for success for sleep at night? Are we really managing stress? And it's all in a very gentle way and in a compassionate way. Changing health habits is first and foremost about self-compassion. And then it can get into setting intentions to change habits and cultivating a mindset where you have a more of a growth mindset and you want to give yourself the best and do everything you can to take care of yourself. And sometimes there are other issues involved too. Maybe you need to see a sleep specialist. But there is often a lot that you can do. And sometimes we have to be a detective, right? A health or wellness detective, and kind of really maybe try to piece together the puzzles of maybe why we're not sleeping so well. And then managing stress during the day can make a huge difference, not only in terms of how you sleep, but it helps your nervous system and it creates that internal sense of peace that we were talking about. So kind of tying this to the video in terms of creating more peace, think about all the different ways that you personally can manage stress in your life that work for you. So it can even go beyond mindset and intention and mind body practices. And it can also be what relaxes you, what gives you that downtime. Is it play? Is it creativity? Is it getting off your screen more? Is it getting out in nature? Anything that's going to help manage your stress is a good thing. And it's again comes back to practices and habits of incorporating those in, building them in so they become second nature to you. So I really have to prioritize my health and well-being every day as much as I can, because it makes a difference in terms of keeping my symptoms down. So I take a deep dive into this again in my book, The Memory of Health. But these are some of the ways that I have found that can improve energy that are the most basic. And again, there's so much more that you can do. And I do go into much more detail in my book. And I'll probably talk a lot about this in our app as well, My Daily Well. I've created a lot of content around what improves energy. And of course, there's my book. But one more thing, I mentioned community. This can also help improve your energy and also peace, is making sure that you're connected. We are social beings, and it's super, super important to make sure you're connected. So reach out to people. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship. I don't believe in toxic relationships. If something is toxic, that's one thing, but imperfect relationships are, it's kind of, we're all doing our best. And we are, I believe, again, facing unprecedented times. There's a lot of stress, but let's lean on one another more to help each other create more peace, more resilience, more energy, more calmness, reduce our stress, and even, of course, improve mental health. Reaching out to other people improves your mental health too, and can even, all of that can improve and relate to your clarity and focus, and really expanding your world, expanding possibility and growth, which we'll talk about in the final official video, which is how to improve your clarity and all of that good stuff. So I'll see you in the next one, and I hope this helps.